Schreiben here. What's healthy? We are going to talk about one of my most favorite subjects today, and that is procrastination. So, who is the king and queen of procrastination out there? Are you procrastinating, and why do we procrastinate? And I think this is actually a really important topic because I know when I have nothing to do, I do less. I know when I'm super, super busy, I do so much. And I think stress plays a huge part in this, and wanting to just be like, oh, tomorrow I'll deal with it, or I'll do it the next day. And, when I was a little girl, my dad had this thing called around to it. And he used to say, yeah, I'll do it when I get around to it. So on the wall in his office, he actually had a poster, and it had a round circle, and inside it said to it. So when he got a round to it, he would do what he needed to do. So procrastination, I think, is a big issue, especially with our teenagers and our kids and our adults, and especially with the climate today. And I think our brains play a really big part in this. We put off what we need to do all the time, and we are great, great, great at coming up with all kinds of excuses about why we can do it later. I think that sometimes we set ourselves up to fail when we procrastinate. I think sometimes we're like, what can I do? I want to do this, and this, and it's not attainable. It's not achievable. And I think it really sets us up to fail. So one of the things that I recommend to my patients that we do is set short-term goals and long-term goals. And basically this is kind of just lowering the bar a little bit so you can achieve these goals, so you can be successful. You can check off the boxes and feel like you've gotten something done. So let me give you a little bit of an example. Something that I think is relevant today is weight gain. We are gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining through this COVID-19 pandemic. And, people want to lose the weight, and they want to become more active, or drink more water, or sleep more, sleep better, have better quality sleep. So let's talk about weight gain for a minute. If I said, hey, I want to lose 10 pounds in the next 2 weeks, typically that's not really an attainable goal, nor is it sustainable. So it sets us up for failure, and we never do it. So then what do? We have a cookie, and we're like, well, I just had one, I'll have 10 more cookies. And before you know it, the whole sleeve of Thin Mints is gone, and then hell, why don't we just eat the other sleeve of Thin Mints? So you need to set goals that are attainable, achievable, and sustainable. So why don't you look at it like, is it possible to lose 2 or 3 pounds this week and 2 or 3 pounds next week? Yeah. And then guess what happens? 2 pounds down, check. 3 pounds down, check. And then before you know it, week after week after week, you're 10 pounds down, you're 15 pounds down, you're 50 pounds down, you're reaching your goals, you're not procrastinating it anymore. I can't tell you how many times I hear, oh, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to go to the gym tomorrow. Oh, I'll go to yoga the next day. Oh, I'm going to start losing weight. I'm going to do this. And it never gets done. So if you lower that bar a little bit, and by that I mean set those short-term goals and those long-term goals, and you can even do medium goals if you want, so that you are successful, so that you can feel good, and then you can slow down that procrastination process and actually get things done. I talk about just keeping your tasks, really bite-sized. And this can be with a work project. So if you have this huge project that you have to do, and you feel like, oh my God, this is so overwhelming. Actually, I just have been dealing a little bit with my son with this. He is a junior in high school. He's finishing his year up. He has ACT he just took. He's got AP tests this week. He's filling out all this information for college. He's looking at colleges. He's trying to figure out what he wants to do for the whole rest of his life. And he's very, very overwhelmed. And because of it, he's doing nothing but looking at his device, right? So we sit down now every night and we look at his agenda and we make sure, hey, this is all up to date and let's do this and let's go piece by piece by piece by piece. And when we do that, it's not so overwhelming and he's more successful. And I think that's just a really good example of just taking bite-sized chunks and doing those so that you can again set yourself up to be successful and keep yourself on a good schedule. Keep track of your time. One of the things that I learned really early on in my practice is make sure that I have things set up the way they're supposed to. So instead of just going through my day and hoping I get everything done, I set chunks of time aside each day. During this 30 minutes, I'm going to do this. And when those 30 minutes are up, I stop and I move on to the next thing that I'm supposed to be doing. And I know it sometimes can feel really scheduled when you do that, but what I have found over the years when you actually do that, you find yourself going through things much quicker, you're more successful, you're more efficient, and then you have more time at the end of the day than you thought you would when you were just doing this here, this here, this here, this here. And you can do that with any facet of your life, in your personal life, in your business life, exercise, cooking, housework, projects at work, homework, all of the different things that I think are really important to keep your life balanced and to keep that stress level down and to keep that procrastination out of your life. I always talk about, paralysis by analysis, and my husband is the king of paralysis by analysis. He will just think things through over and over and over and over. And before you know it, whatever he needed to do never got done. The day is gone and on to the next day. And then he does the same thing over and over. So don't get paralysis by analysis. Set up your day, give yourself good structure, take bite-sized little pieces. And I think that procrastination issue that most of us have really will go away and you'll feel better is one of the things I tell my patients all the time. Either you're going to make an excuse or you're going to make it happen. So make it happen. Stop procrastinating, stop making excuses and make it happen because you can do it. I have a question from Eugene, and Eugene asks, can making a list at the beginning of every day help me with my procrastination problem? Eugene, this is a fantastic question, and yes, absolutely. I love more than anything. I'm a list girl. I do it, I check it off, and I'm like, oh, I am so successful today. I did everything on my list. But again, keep your list bite-sized pieces, attainable, achievable, sustainable. Don't put too many things on that list or make a short-term list and a long-term list so that you can get these little things done. And then okay, well, I have 5 days to do all of this and let's break it up into 5 different sections. And then if you get ahead of schedule, you feel really good because you're more efficient. So I really feel like it feels so fantastic to complete that list. And I think you can try it like that. And, it works for some people and other people are just like, oh, well, whatever. And those are the people that really get stuck in that procrastination cycle. So I hope that helps, Eugene. We're going to talk about estheticians. We are so blessed that we are able to have our esthetician back in the office. And she is able to really provide some amazing services in this, what I like to call Oasis, like Point Wellness Center. We have it set up in my practice so that it's quiet and the music is going and we have candles and we have aromatherapy and we have a fantastic esthetician who has been in practice for many, many years already. And she's really gifted and talented and she has that love for helping people and making you feel better. And I think people think of getting a facial as just your face, and it can actually be your face or your back. Men can have facials. A lot of people think, oh, it's just for women. And you know what? Mother's Day, great gift. Father's Day, great gift, a gift certificate for a facial. Now, one of the things that really sets us apart in my practice is the quality of the scrubs and the lotions that our esthetician uses when she does your facial. We have a local girl who has this beautiful garden. It's completely organic, it's grown fresh, and then she makes us all of the different things using all of those herbs, essential oils, and makes them into scrubs and lotions and creams because your skin is the largest organ in your body. So, why do you want to go and put all of these chemicals on your skin, gets absorbed, and then you can have problems with it. It causes lots of problems. There's a lot of chemicals out there that are causing cancer and all kinds of different things. We don't want that stuff. So we have taken that extra step and we have really looked hard and found this incredible product. It's made in small portions and we can really tailor each facial to each person. We can do hands, we can do feet, we can do all kinds of really incredible things. Also, for those of you out there who haven't been getting your brows waxed or your chins waxed or your bikini line waxed or your lips waxed because of COVID, because we can hide behind a mask, now that we're taking masks off and able to be a little bit freer, my esthetician can also do hot wax services right here. So you can get all kinds of things under one roof. Um, I think this is really important, not just because we want to look younger and feel younger, but because when we look better, I think it just really helps us feel better overall. And honestly, I have seen so much depression and so much anxiety these days that anything to help you relax and feel better about yourself and who you are is really, really an important thing. So it's not just about facial um you know skin, but it's about how you look and how you feel. And I think this is really, really, really important. We use these natural, all organic products so that you can have an incredible experience in this oasis. I have a question from Maxine, and Maxine says, can you help me with the removal of blackheads? Yes, we can absolutely do that. I'll tell you, some people love it, some people hate it, but our esthetician can definitely do that for you. And I think it's a pretty fantastic thing to have done because, again, it's cleaning the bacteria and all the gunk out of your skin. And then when we use these organic, healthy products, it closes down those pores and you're healthy and looking good and feeling fantastic. Um, I want to talk a little bit about another big issue. I know we had a huge opioid crisis in this country, and I think a lot of people are hearing about it. And I want to talk about it, not just opioids, but muscle relaxers and painkillers and anti inflammatories and the things that people are living on daily. Now, I do want to say there are times and places that we actually really need a painkiller, an anti inflammatory, and a muscle relaxer. I am not that doctor that says you should never ever use it. I really believe we are so blessed to live in a country that we have really great access to these medications. However, I do feel like we overuse them and overprescribe them in this country. Now, in my practice, if one of my patients needs it, we have the ability to have our doctor write a prescription for ibuprofen or whatever they might need for short term while we work on why do you have pain? Why do you have inflammation? Why do you have muscle spasms? What's going on? And do things like acupuncture and massage therapy and chiropractic care and stretching. And we use our hypervolt, and that's vibration therapy, and teach you how to reduce the inflammation we get you from the inside. We can use IVs where we can hydrate you better. We can give you all kinds of nutraceuticals, which are pharmaceutical grade supplements to help reduce those muscle spasms. And you can do that while you're taking a little bit of a muscle relaxer medication or a painkiller medication. And then you'll ease off of those and you'll continue on with those nutraceuticals and the other things that we do in your office so you can be healthy and stay healthy and not damage your gut. I know everybody's heard leaky gut, where you have these tight junctions that are open and things are floating in and out, and your little intestines and your gut and your colon aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing, and you feel sick and inflamed. So we want to prevent that. And I just think overuse of heavy prescription medications is a huge cause for that. I have a question that just came in from Julie. Can any oils help me deal with inflammation? Julie, I'm going to go ahead and assume you're talking about essential oils, and absolutely. The couple black, the top ones are peppermint, black pepper, and lemongrass. These are three great essential oils. You might want to cut them with like a coconut oil, because sometimes essential oils can be tough on the skin. So if you use a liquid coconut oil, you can put it into it and then rub it into your skin. You can put it here. You can put it on your temples if you're having a headache. And these can just help really reduce the inflammation. If your low back is hurting, put it right on there. If you have tennis elbow, you can put it right there as well. And all of these things work incredibly good. So I hope you enjoyed this information today. I hope you've gotten a lot out of it. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. You can email me at feelbetter@lakepointwellnesscenter.com. You can just good old fashioned call me on the telephone 770-974-5215, or you can go on our website, feelbetterhere.com. We do telemedicine all the time. So if you're not close to me, you can still reach me. We can see each other's pretty faces and talk about it and figure out what we need to do to help you feel better, get your quality of life back, and just have an amazing future. So until next time, love and light, health and happiness. Bye-bye.